Hello everyone, welcome to Learn with Reshma Somin series of legal knowledge capsules. In this video, I will take you through key ideas related to res judicata. Hope you enjoy it. A case or legal matter which was once decided by a competent court, is it possible to file a fresh case related to the same issue? The answer is no. The matter cannot be raised again either in the same court or in a different court. The opposite party will raise the doctrine of res judicata. The court will use res judicata to deny reconsideration of a matter. The doctrine of res judicata is one of the oldest doctrines in the history of the world. Res judicata is as old as the law itself. Roots of the doctrine of res judicata can be found in various ancient legal systems. Do you know different types of legal systems? Common law system, continental legal system. Okay. Indian legal system adopted the doctrine of res judicata from the common law. The principle of res judicata was included in section 11 of Civil Procedure Code. After the Civil Procedure Code, administrative law accepted the applicability of res judicata. Afterwards, it was accepted by other statutes and acts, and the doctrine of res judicata started growing in the Indian legal system. The doctrine of res judicata originated from three Roman maxims. 1. Nemo debet lex vexari pro idem causa. It means that no person should be vexed, annoyed, harassed or vexed two times for the same cause. 2. Indes republicae ut sit finis litium. It means that it is in the interest of the state that there should be an end of litigation. Third one, res judicata pro verita accipitur. A judicial decision must be accepted as correct. So, the first one is that no person should be vexed twice for the same course of action, and the second one is in the interest of state there should be an end of litigation, and the third one is the judicial decision should be accepted as correct or as truth. Before granting a decree of res judicata, following conditions should be satisfied first. 1. There must be two suits, one former, previously decided suit and the other subsequent suit. Second, the parties of the former and the subsequent suit should be the same. Third, the subject matter of the subsequent suit should be identical or related to the former suit either actually or constructively. The case must be finally decided between the parties. So, finality is very important. So, there should be a final decision and the former suit should be decided by the court of competent jurisdiction. The competency of court is very important. The court should have competent jurisdiction. Parties in the former as well as in the subsequent suit must have litigated under the same title. So, the same parties, same title and final decision, and it should be decided by a competent court. Exceptions to the plea of res judicata. So, there are some exceptions. 1. Judgment in original suit is obtained by fraud. If a court thinks that the judgment of former suit is obtained by fraud, then the doctrine of res judicata is not applied. What happened when previous special petition is dismissed? When special petition is dismissed without adjudication or decision in previous suit, then res judicata should not be applied. For obtaining doctrine of res judicata, the former suit should be decided finally by the competent court. What will be the result if the course of actions are different? Section 11 will not be applied when there is a different cause of action in the subsequent suit. The court cannot bar subsequent suit if it contains different cause of action. What is the status of interlocutory orders? Interlocutory orders are interim orders. The principle of res judicata will not be applied when an interlocutory order is passed on the former suit. It is because interlocutory order is an immediate relief given to the parties and it can be altered by subsequent applications, and there is no finality of decision. For res judicata, a final decision should be there. Can parties waive their plea for res judicata? Decree of res judicata is a plea in the bar which party must waive. If a party did not raise a plea of res judicata, then the matter will be decided against him. It is the duty of an opposite party to make the court aware about the adjudication of matter in former suit. If a party fails to do so, the matter is decided against him. Court not competent to decide. What will be the result? When the former suit is decided by the court who has no jurisdiction to decide the matter, then the doctrine of res judicata is not applied to the subsequent suit. When there is a change of law, when there is a change in the law and new law brings new rights to the parties, then such rights are not barred by section 11. What will happen if the court fails to apply res judicata? If the court fails to apply res judicata and orders a contradictory decision on the same issue, and afterwards the matter is listed to the third court, then the third court will apply res judicata on the basis of the decision on the previous suit. Thus, it is a duty and responsibility of the parties to the suit to bring the earlier case to the attention of court, and the judge will decide on whether a plea of res judicata should be granted or not. Can the doctrine of res judicata be applied to public interest litigation or arbitration awards or in income tax proceedings? In rural litigation and entitlement Kendra versus State of UP, in that case, Supreme Court mentioned that the doctrine of res judicata cannot be applied in case of public interest litigation. In KV George versus Secretary to Government, a 1990 Supreme Court 5-3, the court held that the plea of res judicata cannot be raised in case of arbitration awards. The doctrine of res judicata is not being applied in income tax proceedings. In BSNL versus Union of India in 2006, the Supreme Court held that the decision given for one assessment year does not operate as res judicata in the subsequent year. Res judicata does not merely prevent future judgments from contradicting earlier one, but also prevents litigants from multiple judgments and confusions. The principle of res judicata seeks to promote the fair administration of justice and honesty and to prevent the law from abuse. Thank you.